Hi everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you don't know who I am, my name is Olwethu, aka Lulu, and I also go by shagalulu_ on all my social media platforms. And this is the psychology of everything, where I basically talk about the psychology of everything. So that's mental health and anything to do with psychology basically. So if this is your kind of content, please do hit that subscribe button down below. It's absolutely free, and also please do give this video a big thumbs up so that it reaches more people that would also be interested in this channel. And to all my existing subscribers, welcome back to another video. And as you can see by the title, today we're going to be talking about the frequently asked questions about studying psychology, more specifically in South Africa. I can only give you the South African context because that's what I have experience in and that's what I can speak on. But if you are coming from a different country and you would like to share your experiences, please do so in the comment section down below. I'd actually love to hear how things are different, how things are done differently in another country. So the reason why I wanted to do this video was because last year I did a video about studying psychology. I'll link it up here. And it was quite popular. It reached a lot of people, and that came with a lot of follow-up questions in the comment section. So basically I went through all the questions that were asked, and I took some of the most popular questions, and I'm assuming that there are a whole lot more people that would like to know the answers to these questions, and I thought it would be best to do it in a video format. So I compiled about 8 questions. And the first one was probably one of the most popular, if not the most popular, was what subjects do you need to choose in high school in order to study psychology? So basically, English is the most important subject that you need in high school, or rather need to do well in high school, because I think everybody does do English. I'm assuming that's like everybody does that subject, like across the country. So basically you would need English. You would also need either maths or maths lit, which was also quite a popular question, was do you need maths or can you take maths lit? Basically, you can do either or. The only difference is the levels that you would need for maths and maths lit. So if you take maths lit, you would need a higher level than if you took maths. I'll explain all of that in the next question. So you can either do maths or maths lit. So those are the two most important subjects, and then of course you have your other subjects as well. My other recommendation, it's not compulsory though, but my recommendation would be for you to take biology or life sciences as a subject. Because so I took life sciences in high school, and I really found it useful in my undergrad studies, because obviously you get to learn about the brain and how, psychology affects the body, mental illness affects the physical parts of your body. And I really found it useful, and some of the theory that I went through, it was quite familiar. Some of it was quite familiar from what I learned in high school. So that's why I would suggest life sciences as a subject. But like I said, it's not compulsory. It's just my personal recommendation. The next popular question that was asked quite a few times was, what are the requirements, or what marks do you need to get in order to better your chances in getting accepted into universities to study psychology? So like I said, English, maths or maths lit, and then your other subjects. So the marks are very important. Even though the requirements are different across all universities, I would suggest that it's like for English, you try to aim for 60% and above, which is a level 5. Yes, it's level 5. So this is because but some universities require you to get a level 5 in your English mark, which is 60 to 69%. Or above, or level 6, the better you do, the better your chances. But I know some universities like UNISA, I think it's University of West Cape. They also have they have a different requirement, which is a level 4, which is 50 to 59%. That's what their requirement is, which is easier if you are unable to get a 60%. But like I said, to better your chances, I would suggest you get 60 and above. And then for maths, so like I said, the only difference between maths and maths lit is the level that you get. So if you do take maths, pure maths as a subject, you would need to get a level of 3, which is 40 to 49%. And then if you take maths lit, you would need a level of 4, which is 50 to 59%. So it really just depends on the mark you get. So if you take maths lit, your mark needs to be higher than if you took pure maths. But if you are unable to meet the minimum requirements, then it doesn't mean that you won't be able to study or get a bachelor's degree. It just means that you have to take other options in order to get to that. So I know there are quite a few bridging courses that will help you get into a bachelor's degree eventually. I know SACAP also has a higher certificate in it's communication and counseling skills, I think. So you can do that higher certificate, and then that will get you into doing a diploma in counseling and communication skills, and then you can apply to study a bachelor's degree, which you would major in psychology. And also, I know if you are looking for a BA in psychology, not a lot of universities offer a BA in psychology. So basically what you would need to do is you need to apply for a general BA, and then you specialize in psychology, or you major rather in psychology, because there's just a lot of different majors, and you just have to choose the one that you would like to further your studies in. And then another popular question that came up was, how do you calculate your average mark to know what your average percentage is? So basically what you do is you add the total marks of each subject. So if, let's say, you have 5 subjects and you have 50%, you add 50 plus 50 or 50 times 5, and then you get that total, and then you divide it by the number of subjects. So you divide it by 5, and then you get your percentage. And then another question that was quite popular was, where do you get practical experience? Because it's not just about your academics, it's about actually showing the university that you're passionate about this field. This field is about helping people. So I would suggest that you get some practical experience, like volunteering, and you can volunteer at your local NGO, your local NGO or orphanage or old age home, just so that you can have practical experience with helping people, just playing that supportive role. So I would also suggest places like FAMSA, FAMSA, Hospivision, and also SADC, even though I think SADC only takes people who are either studying towards psychology already or have a degree, undergraduate degree in psychology. You would just have to go to the website and check for that. But if you're still in high school, even your local, like I said, NGO, just volunteer there and take it from there. You never know what role you could play in those places. So basically, I don't know, I know some high schools, like my high school, had an extramural activity. Is it curricular activity? So basically we would volunteer at different places, which was really nice because that's where I found my passion for helping people, and I actually wanted to explore that more, which led me to my interest in psychology. So yeah, I think it's also a great way to see if this is something that you would like to do in terms of your career. Another important question that was asked was, which honors degree would you need if you want to become a psychologist? And of course, there are different types of psychologists. So firstly, if you want to go the more industrial or organizational route, you would do an honors degree or a degree, firstly, in industrial and organizational psychology, which is a BCom. And of course, if then when you go into honors, you would do a BCom honors degree in that. And then if you want to go the more humanities route, then well, they're all humanities, but if you want to go the BA route or the bachelor's degree route, then there's either the BA, which is just a BA, Bachelor of Arts in Psychology, and then there's also Bachelor of Social Sciences, and then there's the BPsych. So they all bachelor's degrees, and they all could lead to you studying a master's in psychology. So it just depends on which university you go to. All universities call it differently. Some of them, it's a BA, Bachelor of Social Science, and then the BPsych is basically the qualification that leads you to become a registered counselor. So that you would have to take from first year, which is something that I definitely would suggest, because getting into masters, like I said, is extremely difficult. So at least if you could do a BPsych, and after those 4 years, and then after you write your board exam and whatever procedure needs to be done, then you will become a registered counselor, and you can actually work as a registered counselor. And then if you want to take your studies further or your career further, then you're more than welcome to do that. But at least you still have the option of being a professional in the psychology field. Then another popular question, which I found quite important, especially for people in high school and undergrad, because a lot of the time people think, okay, cool, I'm going to get my undergrad degree, I'm going to become a psychologist, or I'm going to specialize in counseling psychology in my undergrad degree. There's no such thing, unfortunately. You only specialize at a master's level. So basically, once you complete your honors in psychology, then you can apply for either clinical psychology, counseling, educational psychology. I'll also link, the video that I did on the different types of psychologists and how you actually get there. So please do watch that video as well. So basically, you only specialize at a master's level when you apply for masters. Then the last question, which I found quite interesting and very important as well, and quite it's for me, it's a question that is often overlooked. Just as the academics are important, but also the traits that you need to have in order to become a psychologist are really, really important. And I'd like to share that with you. And I'd also like to hear from you guys what you think are the most important traits that a psychologist should have. So for me, the ones that come to mind is empathy, of course. That's like the most common one. Like all my psych students know, empathy is like number one. Well, they're all number one, but empathy is like, one of the main ones. Being an active listener as well is really important. And it goes without saying, you really have to be a great listener and also have great communication skills as well, because you're dealing with different kinds of people. And that also comes with cross-cultural sensitivity and open-mindedness as well. So those are some of the traits that are really important. And also one of the most important ones is ethics. You really have to be ethical. This field, any psychology profession, is regulated by the HPCSA. So we have to, play by the books all the time, because you don't want to do any harm to the clients. And that's one of the most important things as a psychology professional, is to do no harm to the clients. And that's why we have the HPCSA to just keep us in check and make sure that we're doing the right thing and that the client is always protected. And also being non-judgmental as well is very, very important. Imagine if you're in a therapy session and you feel like your psychologist is judging you. Like, you should never feel that way in a therapy session. So it's really important to be a non-judgmental person, and it's also important to be able to set boundaries, which is something that you can definitely learn throughout your experience in studying psychology. I know it's not always an easy thing to do, but you have to learn how to set professional boundaries. I also think you need, well, I think it's really important that you need to be very, very patient. Because everyone's pace is different. Everyone's pace of learning and self-actualization is very different, and you really have to go according to the pace of your clients. So patience is very, very, very important. So yeah, guys, that is the end of the video. Please do let me know what you think, if there's anything that you also want to add, and if there's also any more questions that you'd like for me to go through. I am probably going to do a part 2 to this video, because I know that there are a lot of questions that need to be addressed and asked. But these are the ones that I did come up with, that I came across. So if you do have any more questions, please do comment down below. Or if you're too shy, you can always just DM me on Instagram or Twitter, or even my email address. All those details are in my description, and I'll definitely help you from there. But other than that, thank you so much for watching. If you did find this useful, please do give it a thumbs up and comment down below. And if you know of a psychology student or anyone that might find this video useful, please do share this video, and also subscribe. Thank you so much, everybody, and I'll see you in my next video.